positive for COVID-19 or
Alright guys, it is Monday. You might be wondering why I am in this. I just went to my first clinical skills session, which was over CV, pulm, and vital signs, or cardio, pulmonary, and vital signs. And it was really fun to actually use my stethoscope for actual purposes. Alright, I am getting tired, so I'm gonna go grab some coffee. Hey guys, it is Tuesday, another day, another hat, more unkempt hair, and a sweatshirt. When will I break out of this cycle? I don't know, probably not anytime soon. I'm still getting the hang of things and I really don't have to go out of my house that much, so I tend to wear lots of sweat jackets. But one of my biggest goals, I think, academically in this semester was to spend less time in bed after I wake up, because I like to wake up and roll around and stare at the ceiling for longer than I need, and it's a lot of wasted time being awake, especially when it adds up. And so that was one of my goals, to spend less time in bed after I wake. And so far I've been doing a better job about not doing that. It's 12 days into January and I've had my first failure in being better about that today. I didn't do a great job at waking up right away. To start off, I even woke up a little later at 7 a.m. and then I didn't get out of bed until 7:36. So the day is running away and I gotta catch up. So I'm gonna grab a coffee, get a Pop-Tart, and we're gonna start today with my Anki dues from yesterday, get those out of the way. I hope it's not any more than like 550 cards. So it's 621 cards. Let's just get started. Alright guys, I got done with my Anki dues just now, and it took me actually forever. Like, I'm really not proud of how productive I'm being today, which is kind of a letdown and a little bit sad considering how productive I was yesterday, especially with multiple required things going on and me still getting work done. I don't know, maybe if I like pushed too hard and had like a micro burnout yesterday, and I'm suffering from that today. I'm feeling like everything's distracting me and I really can't keep focused on Anki cards, and Anki cards really aren't the most exciting thing ever, so that doesn't help. But enough guilt, because that kind of slows me down being mad at myself. So I'm gonna pick myself up, keep going, and I have about a 8-minute break left. And after that, I will start Pathoma, but I might go and grab a few Oreo cookies. Alright, so today we're gonna start with some white blood cell disorders, and I'm gonna finish up neoplasia with the Board and Beyond video as a second pass, but this is what we're gonna be doing for new material today.
Cells live, and the paracortex is where the T cells live. And so when we have a EBV infection, an infectious mononucleosis, there's going to be of having a CD8 positive T cell response is that the patient will develop a high white count with atypical lymphocytes. Those atypical lymphocytes.
Alright, now that I've finished that one video for leukopenia and leukocytosis, I'm going to be doing the Anki card for that video. Alright, so I just finished the chapter or the video on acute leukemia, did the sections for acute leukemia in first aid, and now I'm going to move on to chronic leukemia and then do the chronic leukemia. I also did the Anki for it, so hopefully I can get that done and then move on to Boards and Beyond. Alright, it is about 10 o'clock. Yeah, it's about 10 o'clock. And I have finished all the videos for today. I do have one more thing I need to get done for my PBL tomorrow, the follow-up on our fake patient's case. I'm going to be looking up what the mechanism of action is of acetylcysteine when combating Tylenol overdoses, because that's what we are thinking our patient has right now, as opposed to using things like charcoal or lavages, which are more for soon after the overdose, assuming that the medication is still in the stomach. But I think our patient has been in the ER for over at least 10 hours now, was found long after taking the pill supposedly. So we're trying to prove that acetylcysteine will work better than other options because of the timing, and I'm going to try to explain that through the method of action. So that is what I need to do research on and kind of put together for presentation during the beginning of the PBL tomorrow. But I haven't eaten lunch yet today, but there is some leftover quinoa on the stove. I made about 3 slides just over N-acetylcysteine and its mechanism of action, and basically how it works to lower toxicity after acetaminophen overdose, its side effects, possible drug interactions, and any contraindications. And there is this tool called a nomogram, which is basically a graph plotting how long it's been since the acetaminophen overdose and how much acetaminophen is in your plasma at that time. And it's kind of used to determine the likelihood of hepatic damage. But it is getting late, so I will see you guys tomorrow. Alright guys, I have made it through a large chunk of the day. This morning what you saw me doing was some Anki, and unfortunately I had 642 cards due today before adding any new cards, so it was just a lot, and expectedly it took me a very long time to finish because today we had another PBL where we were finishing our patient's case, and that starts at 10, ends at 12, and so about around 2:30 I realized I had no food in the kitchen, so I decided to go to the grocery store, and you guys also saw that. And guess what time it is now after all of that? It is currently 5 p.m. The sun is starting to set, and I have not gotten much done, unfortunately. I haven't even started any new material today, and I have, I think, 4 or 5 videos I need to watch. It's actually only 4 videos, these 4 right here, so that's good. Alright, good morning guys. It is Thursday, and this is what I may or may not be wearing for a patient presentation this nice morning at 8 a.m. So this is my schedule for today, and I was supposed to finish Anki by 11:30, but I'm 1 minute late, but I'm still proud of being able to finish Anki. So I have a few more cards that I pressed again on that I need to look at again. I think it's about 10 cards, but now since it's 11:30, I'm going to go ahead and take a lunch break, and then after that you can see a little bit more. Move this out of the way. You can see I have Sketchy after the lunch break, and then I'm going to take a break and then do the Anki for Sketchy. And then 10-minute break. I'm going to do a pathoma video and it's Anki from around 2 to 3:50, and then I have a summer opportunities panel at 4, film for YouTube at 5:15, drawer 6:15, and IHI, which is a doctoring assignment, and review and practice questions at 7. So this is my schedule for today. It is 11:31. And I was supposed to finish Anki by 11:30, but I'm 1 minute late, but I'm still proud of being able to finish Anki. So I have a few more cards that I pressed again on that I need to look at again. I think it's about 10 cards, but now since it's 11:30, I'm going to go ahead and take a lunch break, and then after that you can see a little bit more. I move this out of the way. You can see I have Sketchy after the lunch break, and then I'm going to take a break and then do the Anki for Sketchy, and then 10-minute break, and then do I'm going to do a pathoma video and it's Anki from around 2 to 3:50, and then I have a summer opportunities panel at 4, film for YouTube at 5:15, drawer 6:15, and IHI, which is a doctoring assignment, and review and practice questions at 7. Alright guys, it's Friday, finally. It's about midway through the day. I've gotten a decent amount of Anki cards done, but for the time that I did them in, it was really slow, and it's very clear that my motivation levels are fairly low right now. I saw these breakfast links at HEB, and I really wanted to try them. They look really good, and I decided to treat myself with some organic eggs this time instead of normal eggs, so that's what we're having for breakfast today. Alright guys, it's the end of the week. I look a mess, I feel a mess, and I have some chores to do, but I'm really hungry, and it's been a long week. But I'm super thankful to have had you guys on the journey with me, and I will see you guys on the very next MedHead.